Hey everybody, this is Jim DiPola, your host of Florida Talk Real Estate, the #1 real estate radio show in the whole state of Florida, and we're celebrating our 6th year anniversary of being on the air on 94.3 WZZR right now with Barbara Brewer from the law office of Paul A. Krasker. She is the advisor for the Hardest Hit Fund, and we're going to be talking about that today because this is a very important program. Almost $1 billion have been given to Florida homeowners in the Hardest Hit Fund. If you're stuck with a mortgage and it's upside down and you don't know how you're going to pay it off, but you can afford the payments but never pay off the mortgage, this program might be for you. If you're behind on your payments and you're behind and you're thinking that you're going to have to lose your house to foreclosure, or you might have to short sell it, or you might have to file bankruptcy, God forbid, this program might be able to get you out of that jam, and the program is free. It's called the Hardest Hit Fund, and right now we're going to talk first about the $50,000 principal reduction program. You heard me right, $50,000 that we can give it to you for free from the state of Florida. Let's talk about that, Barbara. Program for people that have struggled with their mortgage payments, haven't been able to make their payments, started missing payments. They're maybe in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure, or maybe they even had a list pendants filed against them. But there's time to stop the foreclosure, and the state program for the Hardest Hit Fund will help those people make up back payments.
Yes, that is correct.
And also continue to help them make payments for a certain amount of time while they're trying to get back on their feet.
Yes,
and get current.
That is very much correct.
And I know that this program works because I've seen many people go to the law offices of Paul A. Krasker over the years to get these programs, and they work great. The trick though is, and the reason why we're doing this live Facebook video right now, guys, is because January 31st, they're not taking applications for this program anymore. Is that correct?
That is correct. On the 31st, midnight the 31st, the website goes down. You will not be able to apply.
So that's it. It's over at that point. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to finish the program. You just have to get your application applied for and turned in before that deadline, right?
That is correct. You need to get on the website, create your login account, go in and complete the application to its fullest, print it out, and then send it in with the required documentation. If you start your application and you go in on February 1st to go back to finish it, it won't be there.
Okay,
so
this is really important, Barbara.
It's very important.
So let's go over the $50,000 principal reduction program first. Okay. So principal reduction, for people that don't know, that's when your house is upside down. So let's say that somebody, in our example, just to make the numbers easy, that they have a $200,000 mortgage, but their house is only worth $100,000. Okay, and that's the appraised value of the house is about $100,000.
Right.
But they owe $200,000. And for people that have been making payments perfectly, on time, all the time, but they know that they're never going to get up to that $200,000 value before it takes time to pay off the loan, the Hardest Hit Fund can help them. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. With the principal reduction program, Florida Housing will pay the principal balance of the mortgage down up to $50,000 to get it as close to 100% LTV as possible.
So let's explain that. So let's say that they applied for the program, they owe $200,000, and after they apply for the program, there's an appraisal that's done on the property. Is that correct?
There's an appraisal that's done on the property. It's through CoreLogic, which is an appraisal software program that we pull from. It gives us the value. We calculate it against the principal balance that's owed, and if you're at 115% loan to value, then that's part of the qualifications of it.
So in this case, where let's just say that the CoreLogic value was $100,000 and they owe $200,000. In this example, assuming that they qualify on other levels, what would happen is financially is their mortgage would be dropped down from $200,000 to $150,000 hypothetically.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, how often does that really happen when that happens? It happens a lot? I mean, are there any tricks to this?
No, there's no tricks.
Because it sounds too good to be true, Barbara.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean,
It does.
I always say this on the air.
Yeah,
It is, but it isn't. It really happens. I've seen it happen. So why is it not too good to be true? Why?
Well, like I said, it is a state-funded program. The administration back in 2010 took an analysis, and Florida was the hardest hit state with upside-down mortgages and foreclosures. The money is real. Your principal reduction does happen. The only catch is that it's attached to your home for 5 years, and after that it's completely forgiven.
So let's talk about that for a second, because we've talked about this on the air on 94.3 FM on WZZR with Paul Krasker. So what happens is that you, let's say that you got the $50,000 and then you're making your payments on time. That $50,000 is still hanging over the loan. The $50,000 reduction is still hanging over the loan as you're trying to make the payments. And every year that you make your payments current for 12 months, I think that 20% of it goes away. Is that correct?
Right. Well, that's actually for the UMAP program, which is
let's talk about the principal reduction.
So we're talking about the principal reduction program.
Mm-hmm.
The principal reduction program is for anybody that's upside down in their mortgage. You don't have to be in foreclosure. Well, you can't be in foreclosure. You have to be current on your mortgage.
That's the trick to it. You have to be current.
Yeah, you have to be current on your mortgage. You can't have a 60-day late in the last 24 months.
So no 60-day late payments or later in the last 24 months.
Correct.
So you might have been able to have a 60-day late payment or later in 2014.
Correct.
But 2015, you're getting close to the deadline. You'd have to figure it all out. And that's the things that you guys do, right?
Yes.
So when I'm interested, let's say that I've been making my payments perfectly, my house is upside down, and I'm like, hey, I want to take advantage of that program. They reach out to you and call you. You're going to call our 888 number, 888-973-7828. You're going to call our hotline, and we're going to get you over to the law office of Paulie Krasker. Then when they call you up, how much paperwork and time does all this take? Is this like a months and months and months and months long process?
Well, it kind of depends on how quickly we get the required documentation in, how quickly you go online and complete your application. For principal reduction, the whole process can take anywhere from 30 days up to 60. And
Wow, 2 months?
2 months. And,
wow.
I say that because Florida housing, your credit will be pulled once we have reviewed your file and we show that you're eligible. Your credit will be pulled to verify that you have not had any lates in the last 2 years.
Now, is that just mortgage lates? What happens if I was...
It's just strictly mortgage lates. They don't look at your credit card lates at all.
So if I had a 590 credit score, it doesn't really matter as long as my payments are current.
Correct,
so the credit issue is not an issue.
Credit is not an issue. It's not FICO driven.
Wow, this is sounding better and better every question I'm asking you right now. I know... And this is the thing, guys. I know that there are so many people. I'm talking about thousands of people in Florida right now that could use this program. How do I know that? Because the state statistics show that we've only got to about 80%, the average homeowner's only gotten to about 80% of what the house was worth in 2006. And there were a lot of people that took out mortgages then. So this is a great time to take advantage. And we've only got to January 31st, but you have a shot at getting a $50,000 principal reduction. Now, let's say they want to apply for the program. How much is the law office of Paulie Krasker going to charge them to fill out the application and go through the process? How much money does it cost them to do that?
This is what's great is that it's totally free.
It's free to apply.
It's free to apply.
Wow.
It's state funded. Our department's considered nonprofit, so there's
no cost to the homeowner. Really no cost. Nothing hidden. No putting closing costs on the back of the mortgage. None of that stuff.
None at all.
Okay, and then let's say they qualify and they do get the $50,000 principal reduction. Then how much are they going to pay the law offices of Paulie Krasker? Because they got
zero.
They're still paying you nothing.
Still zero.
So the secret behind this is, because I know this is a too good to be true moment again, is that the law office of Paulie Krasker has been certified by the state of Florida to offer this program, represent the homeowner. The state of Florida will pay the law office of Paulie Krasker a fee if the program is accepted. Is that true? If the people qualify.
Correct.
The state pays the law office.
Right.
Those costs, do they spill, the cost for the lawyer fee, does that spill into the mortgage or to the homeowner in any way?
Not in any way whatsoever.
How long does it take, if you're diligent, how long does it take to fill out all the paperwork? Is it kind of like applying for a mortgage where you turn in tax returns and pay stubs and bank statements?
For the UMAP and MLRP program, yes,
Principal reduction.
but for principal reduction, no. If you're self-employed, then tax returns are required, but other than that, no. The primary source, what we're looking at is to see how upside down you are in your mortgage, and you meet the income AMI requirements.
This is January 4th, 2018 as we're recording this right now, okay? We have till January 31st, 2018 to get your application in. We've been talking about this for years and years on the show, so don't smack your head and say, why is Jim telling me about this now? Because I've been talking about it forever, okay? But there was $1 billion in the program when we started. That's how much the state of Florida got. There's only $100 million left. I know that sounds like a lot, but everybody's going to do the mad dash at the last second.
Right.
Be one of those people. Fill out the form. Find out if you can get up to $50,000 of principal reduction. But that's only for people that haven't been late on their payments. We also know that there's many, many people in the state of Florida who right now are not current on their payments, and they're very close to or in the process of foreclosure. They can't make up the back payments. Right. Themselves, or they wouldn't have missed the payments in the first place, and they're about to lose their house in foreclosure.
Right.
The hardest hit fund can help those people too.
Yes, yes.
And that thing's called, now we're getting a little technical now, but the hardest hit fund, they have a thing called UMAP and
MLRP.
MLRP. Okay, so let's talk in layman's terms. What are those two programs, and how can they help somebody? If I'm behind on my payments right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull out of this one. How can this program help me?
Okay. UMAP stands for Unemployed or Underemployed Mortgage Assistance Program. And what that is, if the borrower qualifies, the state of Florida will maintain your monthly mortgage payment for you for up to 12 months or up to $24,000, whichever comes first.
Okay.
The qualification for that is you've had suffered a loss of income at no fault of your own. It could be through the death of the main borrower, sudden disability, unemployment. The loss of income, your loss of income has caused you to get behind on your mortgage. In conjunction with that, they have another program called MLRP, which is Mortgage Loan Reinstatement Program. If the two are used combined together, the state will pay up to $18,000 in arrearages to get you current. Okay,
so let's say that I've been paying $1,000 a month on my mortgage, but now I'm 6 months behind. I got laid off. Okay, now I got 6 months behind. I've been missing my payments. Okay, now I owe $6,000, but we also know that the bank charges late fees and all these other garbage fees. So that $6,000 might be $8,000, $8,500.
Correct.
It could be that much. It could be even more sometimes. But there's no way I can pay it. And now, let's say I got a new job, and I'm ready to start making my payments again. And I call up my bank. And I say, hey, look, I know I'm 6 months behind, but I'm ready to start making my payments again. I got a new job, but I can't pay you all 6 months up front. So I want to give you the current payment and pay a little bit each month to the back payment. And then the bank tells me, no, we're not doing that. And that happens a lot of times, guys.
Right.
This is why I'm bringing up this example. This program, we know, has helped a lot of people in that situation. Because if you qualify, the mortgage late payment situation, the MLRP or whatever it's called, they can pay up to $18,000 in back payments to get you current and flush with the bank so that you're not behind with the bank anymore. And then they're going to figure out what your income is and what you could afford for your mortgage payment and either supplement or pay in full the mortgage payment going forward up to 12 months, up to $24,000. In my case, my $1,000 a month, if I qualify for this program, I'd probably never hit that $24,000 because I'd only be 12 months, $1,000 a month.
Correct.
Right? So that program is excellent. Now, what are the catches to that program? You're already behind on your payments, so your credit's trashed, you might be in foreclosure, you might be thinking, oh my God, I have to file bankruptcy. So what kind of qualifications do I need to apply for that program, and what are things that I would be rejected for?
Well, for the MLRP, and okay, so if MLRP alone, you have to have suffered a loss of income, fell behind on your mortgage, recovered from your hardship, and show affordability for your mortgage. So your housing debt ratio would need to be below 31%.
So what that means is that your mortgage payment can't be more than 31% of your gross income?
Correct.
Okay, of your gross income.
Correct.
So if I was making $1,500 a month, gross, okay, it would be about $1,000. 31% roughly is $1,000.
Right.
And then that's I'd have to show that I could afford. If I could show I could afford that, and that's what my payment is.
Right. So
they'll reinstate.
They'll reinstate. That'll show recovery.
Great.
They'll reinstate. So with that particular program, and with the UMAP, the main thing is we have to show pre-hardship income, hardship income, and current income. And so we have to prove that you have you had a qualifying hardship in order to get the MLR.
So it can't be I just quit my job.
Correct.
Like
I
tell my boss, take this job and shove it, I'm getting out of here, now I'm not making my payments.
Right,
Those people aren't going to be helped.
Exactly.
But the people that can be helped are all the people that had the crisis in the down economy, who got laid off,
Correct.
right? Maybe got a new job but weren't paying as much as they were before.
Correct.
They're not making the same kind of money they were before. Those people can be helped, right? As long as they meet the guidelines.
Right. They can be helped, whether they be salaried W-2 employees or if they were a business owner. And they had a drastic reduction in income due to the economy.
Wow, that's really important, because we know there's a lot of people like that out there too. So let's say I owned a small business, which I do, and let's say I went through, God forbid, a bad part of the economy, and let's say my income for 2 years was reduced by 50%, something dramatic. And then I can show now that my income is starting to gradually come up again, back to normal levels that I used to experience, and that I have the ability to afford to make the payment over time, right? That's really what they're trying to check.
Correct.
Do you have a chance of saving this house? Because I'm sure the state of Florida doesn't want to spend money on somebody that's very behind on their payments and really has no end game other than foreclosure or a short sale or something. They're going to end up losing the house. I'm sure they don't want to give the money out for that person, correct?
They don't make that analysis. They just look strictly what's in front of them. Even if you've had borrowers that would go on disability, knowing at the end of the 12 months that they're still not going to be able to afford their payment, they're not going to be denied the assistance because of that. It's a temporary fix to allow the borrower to financially get back on their feet, whether they're self-employed or W-2'd.
Now, how long have you been doing with this for the law office of Paulie Krasker? How long have you been there, Barbara?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. And how many people do you think that you've helped? I know I'm throwing this out live right now, but
a lot.
dozens, hundreds? I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I want to let people know this is real. You do this every day. This is what your job is, and you get results every day.
Yes.
So how many people do you think that you've gone through the program?
Since I've been with the firm, I would say hundreds, maybe thousands. Like right now, I probably have 120 files in my pipeline.
120 files.
Of working on.
These are people that knew about this program and took advantage of this program, guys. You've got to take advantage of this hardest hit fund program. This is my New Year's gift to you, for the people that are in trouble, to try to help you out. This could be the year, 2018 could be the year, when you've been struggling with your mortgage, or your house has been so upside down and you've been fighting the good fight and you're like, how am I ever going to pay this thing off? This is the year that you can get this problem solved if you get the right professional help. And the professional help in this case is free. How can you be free? Fill out the paperwork, fill out the stuff online. You're being coached by a professional law firm on how to handle all the stuff. You're not out there doing it by yourself. And in maybe as early as 60 days or less, you can get $50,000 reduction on your principal of your mortgage. We used to call that on the radio show the Willy Wonka Golden Ticket. You can get the Willy Wonka Golden Ticket if you call now. All you got to do is reach out to us. Text us, private message us, call us at 888-973-7828. Do whatever you have to do. Give us a call. We'd love to help you. This is a great way to start the new year for Florida Talk Real Estate as a show. We're going to be doing these live events more frequently, and we'll be letting you know about these events in advance. We know this one kind of just crept up on everybody very quickly, but if you like our Facebook page, Florida Talk Real Estate on Facebook, you'll always be notified of when these events are going to come up, and we're always going to be giving you the inside information on how to get things done in the South Florida real estate market. That's what we're here for. I hope you have a great 2018. Barbara,
Great.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. My
And
pleasure.
please be on the show more often. We'd love to hear the success stories.
Most definitely. Great.
Happy South Florida.